it would be unreasonable of me at this point not to make you aware of the fact that the reason that I am still a stand-up comedian today is because of the influence of an American comic. I've been a stand-up for 20 years. Many times I've considered giving up. It's very difficult. But in 1997, I was in Norwich and I went into a second-hand shop where I found this album. This is an American stand-up comedy album from the early 70s. It's by a comic called Franklin Ajayi, and it's called I'm a Comedian, Seriously. And I can honestly say that this album has been a constant source of inspiration to me and a great comfort in times of stress. But if you're near the front, you can see it's still in its cellophane wrapper. I've never opened it or listened to it. I've never listened to it, and I have no intention of ever doing so. But it is a great source of comfort and inspiration to me nonetheless. There's two things that I like about this album. First of all, I like the cover. It's called I'm a Comedian, Seriously, and on the front there you can see Franklin Ajayi, and he's smiling, he's happy, isn't he? But he's not gone mad, he's sort of just reasonably content, isn't he? Mildly. He's about as happy as you might be if you'd invited some people round and, I don't know, you'd made them some mash, and one of them had said, "This mash is nice, Franklin." You go, "Yeah, I put a spring onion in it. Yeah, nice mash." I'm a Comedian, Seriously, the back, very different image. See that very serious face on the back. But it's not overly serious, not like suicidal. He's just mildly sort of pensive, isn't he? He looks about as serious on the back there as you might look if, I don't know, you'd invited some people round and you'd made them some mash. And one of them had said, "Are you sure you boiled these potatoes?" "Nice mash. Are you sure you boiled these potatoes?" The other thing I like about this is the sleeve notes, which I genuinely think are brilliant, and tell me as a stand-up and you as consumers of comedy all you really need to know to understand what it is you're seeing. He writes, "I feel that the two pictures on this album," that's that one, remember, nice mash, and did you boil these potatoes? "I feel that the two pictures on this album convey accurately the contrasting mental processes of a comedian during a performance." That's the two processes there. So let's just think about that, right? Because you come out, you go, "Let's go and see the comedy. Ah, that'd be funny." Right? Then we'll get some chips on the way home. We're artists at work. This makes this clear. There are at least two processes at work here. He goes on, "All the material on this album is derived from events and situations which either happened to me or I observed firsthand. After thinking about these events, I found something in each one to laugh about. It would be hip if you'd join me." Yeah, have a good old laugh at the archaic language, but think about what he's saying, right? You don't just come out as a stand-up and go, "Oh, I saw a cat today, that was funny." No, you have to take that material and process it and apply an artistic process to it, and only then can that raw material become a comedy routine. We're artists at work, working with artistic processes. So given that we are artists working with artistic processes, let's have a look and see from the track listing what the first three subjects that Franklin Ajayi chose to apply this artistic process to are. And they're homosexuals, girls with big breasts, and dick caught in zipper. Homosexuals, girls with big breasts, and dick caught in zipper. And And remember, ladies and gentlemen, all the material on this album is derived from events and situations which either happened to Franklin Ajayi or which he observed at first hand. And I was just wondering if homosexuals, for example, was that an event and situation which happened to Franklin Ajayi? Or was it something that he observed at first hand, perhaps in a lay-by or a wood? He goes on, after thinking about these events, I found something in each one to laugh about, and I'm interested in what exactly was the time lag there. Did he see girls with big breasts and immediately find it funny? Or did he squirrel it away in his mind? And only after thinking about it for an hour, a day, a week, a year, maybe 10 years, did he realise how funny it would be to be or see girls with big breasts? We don't know. Comedy's not a science.